Hey there, I'm Brittany Schroeder, and business and marketing are my jam. I'm here to walk you step by step through this crazy thing we call business. I'm a small town girl, chocolate eating, Diet Coke drinking mom, marketing guru, automation Jedi, and all around good time. This is your weekly dose of all things business and life, sprinkled with some fun. This is the Redefine Business Podcast. Welcome to another episode of Redefine Business Podcast. I am continuing my series of breaking down my tech stack, and we are moving right along to another one of my favorite programs. I know I say that every program is, this is my favorite, but I do really love this program. I'm not going to lie. I think it's my love for organization and systems and automations and all things. So anything that makes my business and my life run easier, then I love it, right? So today I'm going to be talking about Airtable. So if I had $1 for every time someone asked me how I keep all the moving pieces in my business organized, I would retire and travel the world because it's a lot. But seriously though, Airtable is my not so secret weapon when it comes to running a streamlined, systemized business that doesn't require me to duct tape 14 different tools together and pray that nothing breaks. I use Airtable every single day, and over time, it's become the central hub for my business operations. Whether it's content planning, client management, or podcast tracking, if it's happening in my business, you better believe it is happening inside Airtable. So let me break down how I use it and why I'm completely obsessed. But first of all, what is Airtable? So Airtable is, I'm trying to think what I can compare it to. Let's like Excel sheets. It's like a database, or maybe like numbers in Google Numbers, or not Google Numbers. What is it? Google Sheets and numbers for if you're a Mac user. So it is just like spreadsheets, like totally like 10 times better. And I love it. So, and it has so many more features. So it's just an awesome, awesome tool. So, okay. First of all, how do I use Airtable? Let's break it down. So Airtable, I use this as my CRM or my client relationship manager. So Airtable is technically a spreadsheet on steroids, but when you mix in tags, linked records, automations, and customizable views, you've got yourself a flow-blown CRM. I track all my clients in Airtable. Before I even start working with clients, I have them fill out an intake form. And this form is integrated with Airtable, and it auto-populates all of that info from the intake form into Airtable. So each record includes their name, their contact information, where they came from, what services they purchased, and then just a list of their goals and priorities. So it's easy for me to go and get their information and kind of see where they're at and just know everything about my clients. Okay, the next way I use it, and this is probably my favorite. I love when clients hire me for one-on-one and they have a podcast, because this system is just amazing that I've set up using Airtable, but it is for podcasting. So running a podcast can be kind of chaotic if you don't have a system, and I have got systems on systems. I use Airtable to manage everything from episode titles to guest bios to headshots. I track the episode number, the published date, guest information, the audio file link, show notes, status, whether it's recorded, it's scheduled, published, whatever. It's all in Airtable. One of my favorite features is in Airtable is the built-in automations. So when I update the status of an episode to ready to schedule, Airtable automatically sends an email to my VA with the episode details and instructions to schedule the post and start promoting it across different platforms. It's like having a project manager who doesn't sleep. And I love that I can communicate with my VA without having to talk to my VA. I love it. It's so awesome. Okay, moving on. The next thing, and these are kind of linked together, but marketing and content distribution tracker. So creating content is one thing. Making sure it actually gets seen is another beast entirely. I use Airtable to track where I've shared each piece of content. So every blog post, podcast episode, Instagram, email, everything, it is in here and I track it. And I have different tags for each platform, like Instagram, Facebook. Have I used that piece of content for my email list, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Threads, blog, everything. So this helps me make sure that I'm not just posting once and ghosting. I'm repurposing So it becomes so much easier when I can see at a glance where something has already been shared and where it still needs to go. And also, a lot of my content is still relevant. Even though I've created it years ago, I can go back and I have it set up so it tells me when's the last time I shared it. So if I have a piece of content, I'm like, this is still really good content and it's really relevant. I haven't shared this since 2023. I can reshare it again or create more content with it. So I love that. Okay. The next thing, and this is very similar to my podcast tracking, but I also have a database for my blog posts as well. So you know that moment when someone asks, didn't you write something about X, Y, and Z, and you vaguely remember a blog post from like 2022, but you have no idea where it lives? Yeah, I don't have that problem anymore. So I use Airtable to manage all of my blog content. So each post has a title, a URL, a category, where it's been posted, and then like the status. And it also has in there like a search, so you can search. So I can put in like Instagram profile, and I can go and it will take me, it will highlight it and highlights anything that has those two words in it. So this also helps when I'm repurposing my blogs into emails or social media posts, because I can easily filter by topic or keyword and then grab that content that's already done and bam, it's done. I can repost it and repurpose it. Okay, the next thing is client notes and project management. When you're juggling multiple clients and projects, things can fall through the cracks faster than you can say, wait, what was that call about? But not with Airtable. So I keep detailed records of all my clients and their interactions, meeting notes, to-dos, next steps, deliverables. It's all in there. And because Airtable allows you to link records across bases, I can easily connect clients to their content and anything that I'm working on. So again, tagging is the star here. If I need my VA to follow up with a client or send a document or prep for anything, I can tag her in the comments and assign her a task and just move on. So that's great. Okay, the next one is event planning and communication. So if you've ever planned an event, virtual or in person, you know the chaos that comes with it. Spreadsheets, emails, files, and 47 people asking, where is this doc or what's the timeline again? So Airtable solves that problem. So during event planning, we use Airtable as our command center, and we have different tables for different things. And we just did my online Fusion Business Summit, and this was like such an awesome tool because we were communicating. I was communicating with my VA back and forth, and we could put notes on speakers, like, have we got the contract? Have they got us their presentation? All these things without having to talk to each other. So I could go to this database and I could see what she was working on. She could see what I was working on, and it was so great. So we had, during the event planning, we had a section for speaker outreach, for vendor information. What was the agenda? What was the schedule? Just all of the different things that we really track them in Airtable. And it was like such a great tool. So like I said, my VA and we really use the tagging feature during the process. So if something needed her attention, I'd leave a note and tag her directly, and she'd get notified and leave an update, and we could move forward without a ton of the back and forth. So awesome tool. Love it. It's awesome. Okay. So there's so many automations and so little time to set them up. So one of the most underrated things about Airtable is the built-in automation. So I've already mentioned that I use it to notify my VA when a podcast episode is ready, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. There's a bunch of different ways that you can automate workflows inside Airtable. So for example, when a client fills out an onboarding form, a record is automatically created in my CRM. When I mark a blog post as ready to publish, it sends me an email reminder or my VA to post it in different platforms. When I assign a task to my VA, it can send her an email message just by changing different status or just different triggers you can set up. Another thing is setting up an automation that every 2 weeks, I send myself a reminder to pay my VA or to pay any of my contractors. So Airtable keeps things flowing behind the scenes so I can stay focused on the big picture instead of manually updating 12 tools every time something changes. So Airtable isn't just a spreadsheet. It's a central hub, a CRM, a content planner, a podcast dashboard, client management system, a team collaboration tool, all wrapped up into this one sleek interface. And the best part is it grows with your business. So you can start small by tracking like your blog, or maybe just simply using it as a CRM. And over time, you can layer it with automations and linked records and forms, views, and more. If you are juggling content or events or all of the above, Airtable can help you run the business like that well-oiled boss level machine you know that it's meant to be. And let's be honest, when your systems are this solid, you can spend less time managing chaos and more time doing what you do best. And that's building and creating and serving your people. So again, this is one of my favorite programs in my tech stack. I actually use the free version of Airtable, and I do love it. If you have a growing team, it's a little bit trickier. The paid version, again, doesn't work as well because you have to have more people, but I love it. I get all of my clients on Airtable and they all love it. If you are interested in learning more about this program and you need help setting up systems, remember, you can always join my membership. It's called the Meeting Place membership, and I'll put the link in the show notes, but it's brittanyschroeder.com/membership. And right now, if you use code SUMMER at checkout, you get 50% off. So again, these are game changers. Minutes add up to hours, and you don't want to waste your time doing things that don't bring you a return in your business. So I hope you found this helpful, and I will chat with you guys next time. Let's not stop the party here. Head on over to my Instagram or Facebook group, Redefine Your Business, and let me know your thoughts about today's show. I will see you again, same time, same place, next week.